All right, we got 2011 Corolla here. We've got the battery light on right now, and I'm just going to show you a quick way to check to see whether it's the alternator or possibly your battery that's no good. All right, so you're going to have to grab yourself a multimeter, or technically called a DVOM, digital volt ohm meter, and we put the red lead on battery positive, black lead on battery negative. And you can see our static battery voltage is 12.4 volts. Optimal battery voltage is like 12.6. About 12 volts is pretty discharged. Anything under that is like severely discharged. Car will probably shut off and stop running at like 10.5 volts, maybe 10 volts. Computer modules don't like that. They start dropping off. So I'm going to start the car and you're going to look at this, and our alternator should be outputting 14 volts, 14.5 volts, about that. So we'll see what happens when I fire it up here. Oh, you can see the battery voltage is now dropped down to 12.2. So you know that our alternator is not charging, and the electronics in the car are solely running off of battery power. So what technically, like when you start the car, the battery really only gets used to run the starter motor, and then it sort of, well, it acts as a battery to store power and give power. But if you have a working alternator, you could technically, when the car is running, pull the battery terminal off and the car would stay running because it's using the alternator to supply voltage to the car. So yeah, we'll the only other thing is the wiring. But normally if you scan the car, you'd know like it would have a circuit fault usually for some of the wiring. But these Toyotas are pretty good. Like honestly, changed quite a few alternators on these, never done wiring, ever. Toyota's really good for good wiring. They don't ever have like a issue from the factory or with their designs. The thing that plagues the wiring is soybean wires. Rodents. Yeah, they like to eat the wiring because of the insulation on the wiring is made from an earthy material. So mice love to eat that stuff, unfortunately. But saves the planet, because when you go to recycle your Corolla, it degrades into the ground. So that's pretty much a quick way to check. Just throw the multimeter on there. You could have like your local parts store do a battery test on it and just load test the battery and see if the battery's any good. Batteries should last you about 5 years. 5 to 7 years is like run-of-the-mill time for batteries. So if your battery looks really old and crappy, do this test, and if it's charging at 14.4 volts, I would say throw a battery in it. If it's not, and you're at battery voltage and the car's running, probably needs an alternator. So that's pretty much all you're gonna run into. If you have anything more severe than that, or you put an alternator in it and battery light's still on, then yeah, you may have wiring issues. You might wanna bring it to a professional. But like I say, 9 times out of 10, probably gonna need an alternator. So that's pretty much it for the video. Got any questions, throw them in the comment section below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content, and we'll see you in the next one.